Hello and welcome back. We've been off for a
Hey,
week, Cronus.
yeah, nice break.
Yeah, much needed. Yeah, welcome back to A.I.W. I had to remember what we were called.
Yeah,
Art-
that's it.
Artificial Intelligence Wrestling, the show where we talk about wrestling and also get some help from our friend A.I. Jeff, who is back today.
Mm,
And he is contributing threefold today as we are talking about who we think are the next big things in pro wrestling. This doesn't necessarily mean by age. Basically, what we've done is we've picked 5 wrestlers and who we think potentially have a bright future. Obviously, it all depends on subsequent booking. But we thought we'd shine a light on those that we think have some great potential to be big stars in the future. I don't know about you, Cronus. This was a tough one to come up with.
yeah, no, I struggled a little bit. I mean, I had first couple, I thought, yeah, obvious, but then to fill out 5, I did find quite difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult, and I think depending on who you are, it's either difficult because you can't think of 5, or you can think of too many.
Yeah, definitely too many.
So yeah, narrowing it down to 5. I had the same problem. I think we've got a couple of overlap in terms of who we've picked,
Yeah,
but that just means that collectively we believe in that person a lot.
we're just more right.
Exactly. So why don't we just get straight into it? And Cronus, do you want to start us off with one of yours who you think has a bright future in the wonderful world of pro wrestling?
Yep, my first one, which I believe is an overlap, is Obafemi,
Obafemi.
the current NXT North American champion,
Yep.
who sort of really just came out of nowhere as almost this finished package.
Yeah,
He's got everything.
absolutely. And we first saw him in the NXT Breakout tournament, didn't we?
Yeah,
And
just stormed through that.
yeah, I love that tournament every year.
Yeah, it's
Roxanne
really good.
Roxanne Perez was in that tournament, wasn't she?
Yeah,
More on her later. But yeah, off Obafemi, I think has for the amount of time he's been wrestling, which is what, 2 years, if that.
yeah, something like that.
He's just one of those. He gets it, and it's
Yeah,
not
that's it.
it's not as if he's just a great wrestler. He's got presence. He's got, what do the kids say, aura.
Yeah, yeah,
By the way, IWC dictionary coming soon. He's got aura. He's got presence. He can talk. He's already. I know it's only the Performance Center crowd, and it's like 10 people, but he's already over. He gets the chance during his entrance. He just looks like a seasoned veteran in there, doesn't he?
yeah. As I say, he gets it. He's got it. I think he's going to be. Well, he is huge, but a huge star as
He's
well.
literally huge.
Yeah.
He's a very large individual. How old is Obafemi? Do we know how old he is? He is. When was he? He was born in 1998. So he is 26 years old. That is ridiculous.
Obscene.
So the sky's the limit for Obafemi. He's had great matches. I mean, at the moment, you genuinely cannot see anyone taking that title off him.
No, and I don't think they should for a while.
Do you think we could be getting another Keith Lee where he wins double title?
I mean, potentially, him losing at all would really. I don't know if it would derail it, but
No.
it just wouldn't seem right.
No, I mean, you could use Gunther as the example. So you know when Gunther had the IC title for, was it 666 days?
Yeah, yeah,
And a lot of people, including me and some content creators that I watch, pitch the idea of him winning the world title as the Intercontinental Champion
yeah.
and then vacating the Intercontinental Champion because I've got this now, kind of thing. Obviously, they didn't do that with Gunther. They had him lose to Sami Zayn, but look at Gunther now.
Yeah, it's not hurt him,
No.
I suppose.
So I think Obafemi, I don't think it's anywhere close to him losing the title. I still don't think he's ready for a call up just yet because I can see him having a long NXT title reign.
I think he should do, and because they've just called up Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
He's their current sort of destroyer, as it were, and Obafemi is a destroyer as well. So you don't want them sort of clashing, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And
Bron have his sort of rise, and then the Obafeminists can all rise up as well.
I am a proud Obafeminist.
Hell yeah.
And I think you look at how patient they were with bringing Bron Breakker to the main roster.
Yeah.
And look at him now. It seems to have worked out. He's doing really well. So I can see Obafemi having a long North American title reign and then a long NXT title reign. There's no one on the current NXT roster who can take that belt from him.
No.
So how they go about that, but the longer he holds that title, the more he moves up in the ranks of best North American champions ever. Along with Adam Cole, Wesley, etc., Keith Lee.
Yeah.
But yeah, Obafemi, excellent shout. I also had Obafemi. We're not kind of doing this as like we're going to list our top 5. It's just a collection of wrestlers.
Yeah.
Let me pick one of Jeff's. So Jeff has picked for one of his Hologram in AEW.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Hologram, Kronus?
He's entertaining.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. A Tony Khan sort of pet project, I gather.
Yeah, he's actually signed to AEW, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. Not just sort of on loan.
Yeah.
From, was it AAA?
Yeah, like a
CMLL.
commander or a Hijo del Vikingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's very entertaining. I think we've seen all of his matches so far on Collision.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely got potential. My only worry is where he fits in on somewhere like Dynamite.
Yeah.
Because obviously AEW, you could argue, has probably the greatest wrestling roster ever assembled.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Yeah. But maybe if it is Tony Khan's pet project, and Tony's had some critics saying that he can't build new stars. I'd argue MJF is a prime example to the contrary.
Yeah.
But I think Hologram succeeding would be a good feather in the cap for Tony.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope from my personal point of view and what I like from my pro wrestling, I hope that he can have, an engaging character and become part of some storylines. I don't want him just to kind of be a spot fest wrestler, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But we don't really know much about Hologram, do we? His background. I mean, I know that's like a thing in Mexico. It's meant to be kept secret.
Yeah. I think probably find out who's actually under the mask. I'm sure he was a wrestler before.
He was called Aramis,
somewhere.
wasn't he? Aramis? Or something like that.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, I don't know the rest. I saw it on social media, but I'm not familiar. But I mean, we've only seen 3 matches. I think he looks very impressive, very innovative.
Yeah.
And that's even compared to the likes of Commander and Vikingo. But yeah, I'm excited to see the future of Hologram. I'd like to see him. Maybe he's kind of being used in Collision as like a sort of like, rudimentary performance center. Kind of just to kind of, get him used to everything and
Yeah.
long may it continue. But yeah, I'm excited for Hologram. He is a fantastic talent. And
Yeah,
I don't know how old he is, but I hope he does well. One of mine, I've gone for Roxanne Perez.
Ooh, nice, yeah.
I think this will be a popular choice for most people who watch NXT. I just think she's great. I think for her, she's 22 years old, which is insane.
Nice.
And I think even when she was a babyface back in the day, you saw something in her that was just kind of, just natural talent.
Yeah.
And she's very small as well, but she's got such an array of talent that she has just been consistently delivering over the past couple of years on NXT. And you and I always talked about, can she do a heel turn? Because she's so babyface and she's got such a kind of, natural, friendly, demeanor, hasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's
like,
that face.
yeah, just kind of very approachable, non-threatening. So I always thought, can she do a heel turn? And they did the heel turn. I wonder if they did it because Cora Jade got injured. I wonder if it was like an audible.
Yeah, maybe. Because Cora was going full heel at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Cora, you could say a much more natural heel. On the face of it, she had that kind of mean girl mentality, and she, from when she was on TV. I know she's been out I think she had some like cosmetic surgery, and then she had a real injury. So
Mm.
she's had like a sustained period, like almost a year and a half now off television.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. But Roxanne stepped into the heel role, and at first I couldn't get used to it at first because it's Roxanne Perez. You know, I'm so used to kind of Bailey Hugger-esque personality. But I think she's slowly grown into it really well. And she's had great matches.
Yeah.
I just think, yeah, I think they'll need to be very careful with her. I don't think, I mean, well, in terms of a call up, is it still too soon because of her age, even though she's been on NXT a long time? I wonder how long.
Maybe.
I wonder how long they keep her in NXT.
I mean, she is their flagship female star at the moment.
Yeah, and you know her title reign's been really good so far.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure it'll get to the state of Shayna Baszler, Asuka levels. And the chances are she'll likely lose it to Julia when she comes in, which will be fairly soon,
Yeah.
apparently. But yeah, I think if everything goes well, I mean, it's always, you know, we've been burned before about people being called up to the main roster, and it's even now it's difficult to transition. So I think at the moment she's got tons of potential, and I really hope for the best. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, good shout.
Kronus, do you want to give us another one?
Yeah, I've gone for Tiffany Stratton.
Ah, yes, good shout.
Yeah, arguably she's on her way up already. But if there's anything about Tiffany Stratton that isn't amazing, I'm yet to see it.
Yeah,
She's just brilliant.
yeah. One of the things I noticed about Tiffany Stratton is, so obviously when she was NXT and we started to see her, we saw, you know, she looks amazing. She looks like $1 million. So she's got a great marketable look.
Yeah,
And then she was fantastic in the ring. She struggled with live promos in NXT. And one thing I noticed was how amazing it was, how quickly she improved those.
yeah, really.
Because,
Like,
and I know they're not perfect at the moment, but if you've seen them back when she was NXT Women's Champion, they were, you know, they were subpar, shall we say. It was probably her
yeah,
biggest weakness. And she's slowly shaving that off, and it's, you know, it's becoming a lot better. And again, she's only been wrestling for what, less than 3 years.
yeah.
She
Just,
came from that. She's part of that group of wrestlers who came from the gymnastic background, isn't she?
yeah, sort of more sports based.
Yeah, and you know we're seeing
Yeah,
that quite a lot, aren't we? With like Kalani Jordan, exactly the same.
yeah. Sol Ruka,
Sol
another
Ruka,
one.
yep, exactly the same. And Tiffany, she's probably, you know, she's been called up now. She's had some good showings. She's missed Money in the Bank. You know, that's
Yeah.
a big kind of thing to do. You know, after getting called up quite quickly. Let's not have her have Pretty Deadly do any more singing, please.
Oh, that
Triple
was
H.
great.
Triple H, if you Triple H, I know you scan Twitter a lot. Can you also listen to this podcast, please? And not
You're
do.
not looking forward to the musical?
I am, but not live in the ring. Because
Okay, yeah.
I'd rather watch SmackDown, and then if I'm feeling really sad, then I'll watch Pretty Deadly the musical.
Well, they're going to have a segment, whether it's a video or live.
Oh god, I don't know if I'll laugh or cry.
Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, enough about terrible SmackDown booking. Yeah, I think Tiffany, the only way is up, and I think
Yeah,
we are going to get her as women's champion very soon. And that's when the big test comes. How can she hold down a title reign? I think it's easier for heels to have a title reign than it is faces,
yeah, definitely.
as we're seeing.
Especially with her, the sort of smarmy, confident heel.
Yeah,
I think she'll go
and
down with us.
absolutely. And you can slowly see sort of people like Chelsea Green turning into like a sort of lovable idiot babyface.
Yeah,
So if Tiffany wins the belt, I can see Chelsea Green being her first challenger. And obviously Chelsea's not going to win, but you know, those two together so far have actually been really entertaining.
yeah, they've got good backstage chemistry,
Yeah,
definitely.
Battle of the Karens, isn't it?
Yeah,
Imagine working in a store and those two storming up to you with a receipt in their hand. That is not the
just
sight.
quit.
Yeah, just quit. Yeah. Say, ladies, I don't want to hear it. However much money you want, I'll give it to you.
You're both right.
Exactly. Nick Aldis has to deal with both of them.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce has got it. Well, he's got to deal with Bronson Reed, hasn't he?
And the White Six.
And the White Six. God damn it. He needs a drink. But yeah, Tiffany Stratton, very good shout. My turn. I've gone for Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Now, Danny Garcia, I think we could all agree, at the moment, by no means is the finished article. But I do see something in him, you know. Very young. Was he 23? Something like that?
Yeah. Early 20s.
Yeah. He's very young. He's obviously very green. He's a great wrestler. I'll say that
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. He's a great wrestler. I really enjoy watching him wrestle. He needs to work on things like promos and stuff, but that's probably the hardest thing to do in wrestling, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
I'd say so.
developing a character, and he's had his kind of, you know, sports entertainment gimmick. And I'm a huge fan of Daddy Magic, so always like
Yeah,
to see that.
he's grown on me.
Yeah, Daddy Magic's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoyed the storyline they did. I don't know what happened to it actually, where it was like he wanted to be a sports entertainer, but the other guys were trying to convince him, no, you're a pro wrestler. And they
It
were
was
trying to stop him doing the dance.
Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like they were convincing him he was a sports entertainer.
Yeah,
I can't remember who was on the other side of it.
Was it Daddy Magic? I can't remember.
No, Daddy Magic
he was in the Jericho. Yeah, he was in the Jericho. No, I can't remember. I've kind of
slip.
Yeah, I think anything Jericho related has left my brain for the moment.
Yeah.
No, we'll always have the Festival of Friendship. That's all I'll say. But no, I do see something in him, and there's a lot of talk at the moment about his contract situation. Now, I've seen a lot of people say he should go to NXT, and I agree. I think NXT would be great for him. However, he's still very young. He could probably afford to do another, let's say he signs like a 3-year deal with A.W. He could afford to do that and still only be like 26, 27 at the end of that contract.
Yeah.
And that would still, if he wants to then, say, right, okay, off to NXT. And who knows what NXT is going to look like in 3 years' time.
Yeah, exactly.
So the toss-up is, does he make the jump to NXT now because they might not want him in 3 years? Or does he stay with AEW, continue building what he's building, have some feuds with people like MJF, which would obviously be amazing for him? So I can see why there's been not a lot of news about his contract, because it's probably a big decision for him.
Yeah, totally.
But I definitely see him being a star wherever he is. Well, probably more likely in someone like NXT, because like we said earlier, in AEW, that fight for top spot is pretty brutal.
Yeah, definitely. Changes all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So that was Danny Garcia. Who's Jeff got? Carmelo Hayes.
Ooh.
Again, I think this would be a popular choice.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Carmelo Hayes?
I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, his title reigns in NXT were brilliant.
Yep.
In ring, he's really entertaining.
Yep.
He's had a couple of misses, so he does miss. But
no, he doesn't. He says
but
so.
Overall, yeah, he's been really good. And his recent stuff on the main roster with Andrade, they've been having absolute bangers.
Yeah, it's the workhorse of WWE at the moment, that feud, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
How old is Carmelo Hayes? He's born in 1994, so he's 30. So,
Okay.
you know, he's still quite young. When you look at, you know, Randy Orton, who's how old? He's in his like mid to late 40s.
Something like that.
Carmelo Hayes, yeah, I think very, very good talent. Really enjoyed him in NXT. I think he's a very confident guy on the mic as well, backstage segments.
Yeah.
He's got he's developing a decent heel character at the moment. When he turned babyface, I wasn't really a fan of it.
Yeah.
But I think they only turned him babyface to facilitate Bron Breakker's heel turn.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, when he was with Trick Williams and they were doing the kind of like the barber segments,
yeah,
I really like that stuff.
Yeah, it was really good. He's got a really good character on him.
Yeah, he's a fantastic talent, and Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of that. They're definitely doing a best of 7 with Andrade.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I think Andrade probably goes 3-1 up and then get it back to 3-3 and then do the decider. I don't know. It'll be a shame to kind of do them all on SmackDown. Because you'd think that if you've had 6 matches with someone,
Yeah.
you would hope that would have developed a heated feud that would deserve a pay-per-view payoff.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to get that, unfortunately. But we'll see.
Oh, well, yeah, you never know.
But yeah, Carmelo Hayes is definitely one to watch. Possible Mr. Money in the Bank winner next year, I would say.
Yeah.
I think he would be good with a briefcase. So that was one for Jeff. It's your turn, Kronus.
I've gone for next, Mr. Bron Breakker.
Bron Breakker. Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah. Just watch Monday nights, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's since being called up. It's not been long, has it? Only a few sort of months. He already seems like he's been there forever.
Yeah. He feels like a part of the furniture, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
I think he's got so much potential, and I think that the key thing with Bron is that he's nailed down the character. He's very, very good on the mic. He's very good presence. He's, he's a good actor, isn't he? And I think the turning point for Bron is something that we haven't seen for a very long time, and it was that squash match against Kale Dixon, was it?
Oh yeah.
Where we thought to ourselves, "Oh, another squash match," but they turned a squash match into a really big character arc development.
Yeah.
And that was his springboard, because he absolutely murdered that guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely murdered him, to the point where Adam Pearce said, "You're suspended." And he said, "Screw you, I'm going to spear Ricochet as well." And we haven't seen squash matches utilized like that. Like usually in WWE, it's like squash match, raise your hand, I'm really strong. Or in A.I.W, it's squash match, there you go. Oh, someone comes out and interferes. That's usually the formulas they follow. But yeah, I thought that moment was, everyone knew then that this is how you book a monster. They're kind of doing the similar thing with Bronson Reed at the moment.
Yep, and that's working just as well, I think.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Bron Breakker, is the Intercontinental Champion. He's only going to get better in the ring. He's going to develop a moveset. He's going to expand on his repertoire. And I can see him holding that IC belt for a long time. And, maybe he's a shout for Money in the Bank next year.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, I'm sure his daddy and his Uncle Scott will be proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to just sit and chat with Scott Steiner about anything really, but in particular Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
No, how'd you get on in maths, Scott? Yeah, fly on the wall when that promo came up.
Well, didn't in his promo on Raw last night, didn't Bron say he went to like an esteemed university or something?
Oh, spoiler alert! I haven't watched all of Raw yet. I've only watched half of it.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. No, I've seen some things on social media.
Not much of a spoiler, but
no, he went to an esteemed university. If only his father did as well.
I don't know if it was esteemed was the word he used, but something like that.
A real good university.
Yeah.
I'm sure the whole family went to very esteemed universities / colleges, just for the record.
Yeah.
So that was Kronus. I think for now, Jeff, before he gives us his next pick, he's got another advert. He's got another product he wants to try and sell people.
Nice, such a show.
Yeah. So Jeff he's trying to make ends meet, like we all are. There's a cost of living crisis. So take it away, Jeff. This is Jeff's new commercial for his I assume fantastic new product.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is A.I. Jeff. You may remember me from such commercials as the Cringe-O-Matic or the Blando-Matic. Well, buckle up, wrestling fans, because today we are going one-on-one with the weather. In the left corner of your imagination, weighing in at absolutely nothing, it's the invisible umbrella. Are you ready to do battle with the elements?
Oh man, my umbrella sucks. It's too heavy. What am I going to do?
Fear not, dry but weighed down wrestling fan. The invisible umbrella weighs less than a cruiserweight in space. Check out some of these features. Zero weight, brother. Lift it with the power of your mind, just like a wrestler hoisting their opponent for a suplex. No gym membership required, and you can save those puny pythons from exerting any effort. Invisibility slam. You won't see it coming, pal. The invisible umbrella sneaks up on raindrops like a masked luchador executing a surprise dropkick. A backstage attack, if you will. No weather prejudice. Rain. Fuck that. Snow. Get out of here, man. Blistering sun. You're cooked. Bro, our invisible umbrella takes on all challengers. It's like a Royal Rumble, but with weather patterns and only one winner as you throw them over the top rope of life. No assembly, no holds barred. Snap your fingers, and the invisible umbrella appears. Or doesn't. It's mysterious, like a masked wrestler's true identity. In fact, we're not sure it even exists, but give me your money anyway. Lifetime cage match guarantee. Lose your umbrella, no problem. We'll tag in a replacement. Just don't ask us where it goes when you're not looking. And don't ask us for another replacement. We're not running a charity. Now let's hear from some of our most satisfied customers.
Ooh yeah, brother. The invisible umbrella fucking rocks, dude. And it doesn't take up any space. Aw shit, it's raining. Where the fuck are you, umbrella?
Watcha gonna do, weather, when umbrella mania runs wild on you. Wait, why is the sun burning my scalp? Oh god, oh god, oh god, save me.
I buried my old umbrella, 'cause he was a bitch. The invisible umbrella rose from the grave. Rest in peace, raindrops.
Call now, or don't. We don't fucking care. Dude, dial 1-800-INVISBRELLA and feel the adrenaline surge. Remember, you won't see a thing, but you'll feel like a champion. Disclaimer, the invisible umbrella doesn't really exist. I want your money. Give me your fucking money. The invisible umbrella is a scam. Thank you, can call now.
Wow.
I'm crying.
What a pitch.
I mean, yeah, Dragon's Den. Off you go. Oh god, thank you, Jeff. Pick up your invisible umbrellas today.
I've got mine.
I've got mine. Oh, that was amazing. Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Cheers.
Oh fucking hell.
Oh dear.
All right, back to our scheduled broadcast. Oh god, it was Jeff's turn, wasn't it?
It was.
Jade Cargill. Jeff has gone for
Nice.
Jade Cargill. It's probably quite a controversial one, I think.
I've got Jade as one of mine as well.
Yeah, I think she gets a lot of hate at the moment. I think she's under a lot of pressure.
Definitely pressure, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say.
because they kind of brought her in as this, like, we're gonna make you a huge star, pal. And with that and the presentation she's been given, and they've put her with Bianca, who I think is the best person to put her with.
Yeah.
Because Bianca is arguably the best female worker in the entire company.
Yeah, she's really great.
Yeah.
And it's working well, I think.
Yeah, I think you can still see signs of greenness, but she's definitely showing signs of improvement. There are still things that she gets wrong, but you know, it's professional wrestling. It's difficult.
Yep. It's live.
Yeah. I think her character's fine. She's got a lot of
Oh, yeah.
confidence, good talker.
Yeah, definitely.
I think she comes across very well. And I think it'll just take time. When they pull the trigger on this eventual feud with Bianca, that'll probably be the time where you can tell WWE thinks she's ready for that.
Yeah.
Obviously Bianca will carry it because that's what Bianca's just amazing. But no, I do think I can definitely see her. I'm not going to write her off right now if that's okay. I'm not going to say, oh, that's it, it's over, she's rubbish. I can see signs of improvement, and if you project that over a longer period, And
Yeah.
I think she's got the passion for it as well. I think she wants it, so I think she'll be fine.
I mean, we've already seen it over a fairly long period. If you take it from when she was with A.E.W,
Mm-hmm.
that run she was on, the unbeaten streak, I mean, she was very green through all of it, but you could see, even if it was gradual, there was an improvement sort of week on week, and that has continued,
Yeah,
and it is continuing.
yeah, I think so. And I know she had a lot of like what you would call glorified squash matches in AEW, but
Yeah,
that was because, you know, at the time she wasn't ready to, you know, work a Jamie Hayter style match.
yep,
And I still don't think she's ready to work a 20-minute singles match on her own.
no,
Um,
but
she did have a really good match with Piper Niven though, didn't she? Before Clash at the Castle, I thought that was quite good. That was probably her
yes,
best performance.
yeah,
But you know, like her jumping on a rope and falling off, I'm not going to hold that against her. That happens.
no, especially a woman as tall as she is.
Yeah,
That's going to be difficult.
yeah, and you know, WWE obviously sees more in her than just her wrestling because you know, you look at her, she's a marketing dream, isn't she?
Yeah,
You know, she's a real
phenomenal.
specimen. Yeah, she's a real specimen. I think she'll be great. You know, like Bianca does a lot of work for like John Cena does with like, you know, underprivileged children and sick children and
Yeah,
things like that. I can see her doing that kind of stuff as she gets more into the company.
yeah,
And
a superhero, so it's that kind of gig.
she could play Storm in X-Men, couldn't she? Really
Yeah,
easily.
100%.
But yeah, I think she can do a lot of stuff for the community like Bianca does, and it's probably why we haven't had heel Bianca,
Yeah,
which
no,
is
yeah, definitely
a
not.
shame because I would like to see heel Bianca. I think heel Jade would be great as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You can carry that really well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, not Tiffany Strand, Jade Cargill. I think it's a solid choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kronus.
Well, my last one, because I also had Jade,
Yeah.
is Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
He hasn't appeared.
He hasn't appeared. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's in my bathroom.
I do believe in him though.
I do believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah, I think yeah, what are your thoughts on Joe Hendry?
So I saw a fair bit of him actually, in What Culture Pro Wrestling / Defiant.
Oh yeah.
He was there was a heel group called the Prestige that he was part of, along with Joe Coffey. Don't know if you know Travis Banks.
I
He
don't.
was in NXT UK for a bit.
No, I don't remember.
And a guy called BT Gunn, who I can't remember, I'm afraid. But they were sort of, you know, there's something wrong with wrestling and we're going to fix it.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
Joe was sort of the mouthpiece for the group. So, I mean, great heel at that point.
Yep.
And then I think he started this sort of song gimmick on the indies. I've not really watched much of him on the other indies, but I've seen a few clips of the songs. I think I've sent you a couple.
Yeah, I've seen. They are quite funny. I think my friends showed me a couple from ICW as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the one he did for Drew.
Yeah, I did see that one.
So good.
Yeah,
But,
I think. Sorry, carry on.
That's right. I mean, he's obviously carried that as a face, but I think that gimmick as well could be a great heel. Just sort of taking the piss with his, you know, musical talent.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, based on because you've obviously seen a lot more of Joe Hendry than I have. Do you think he's a better heel than babyface?
Honestly, I think he can do both really well. I mean,
Yeah.
the Prestige stuff on the What Culture wrestling I saw was great. Carried that really well. But he's obviously a face now with his you know, musician gimmick.
Yeah.
If you want to call it that, he actually is a musician.
Yeah, and he's so over as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a perfect fit for WWE, I think.
Yeah, and I probably should emphasize this list isn't a list of people we think are going to be, you know, the best technical wrestlers of all time. It's who we think are going to be stars, without necessarily being elite technically in the ring. We're not looking for 15 Will Ospreys here.
Yeah, Joe's entertaining enough in the ring.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, he is a competent wrestler.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna, you know, make Meltzer sweat anytime soon. But
I think he was a legit amateur wrestler as well.
was he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
won some golds in like national championships here at least.
Yeah, I think he's fine in the ring, and anyone who's this popular, especially in the age of social media, because
Yeah,
lots of people use social media, he's going to be fine, and he's so confident. He is a good talker. I think he'll be fine, and I think he will have a lot of success as a character when he eventually signs with WWE, which is probably the biggest kept secret at the moment.
yeah, it's inevitable, surely.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Joe Hendry. I've gone for, and this is probably more in hope than expectation, but I've gone for Kiana James.
Okay.
I was a big fan of Kiana James in NXT. She was one of the more stiffer workers, and she had a good charisma about her, good arrogant heel character, very comfortable on the microphone, and just a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
Haven't seen much of her recently on Monday Night Raw since she got called up, but you know, Odyssey Jones wasn't there for a year and a half. Look at him now. So
Yeah, that's gone well.
So Kiana Odyssey James, I think she's got a lot of potential. If she's allowed to showcase it, if she's allowed to, develop a character, maybe they put her with someone established like they're doing with Jade and Bianca.
Yeah, it seems to be the in thing at the moment.
Yeah, and I get there's not room for everyone on TV. They're building towards, Bash in Berlin and Bad Blood simultaneously at the moment. So I'm not too worried by her TV absence, but no, I do want to see. I do want to see, her showcase herself because I really enjoyed her at NXT. You remember the first NXT deadline when they did the Iron Survivor challenges?
Oh yeah.
She was in the women's one, and she was the star of that match. She was awesome.
Yeah.
She didn't win, but she was amazing in that match. Yeah, I think she's basically like Team Forehead. I refuse to call them the Pure Fusion Collection. Jesus Christ. She's basically like them with more charisma because she's grumpy, she's arrogant, and she'll kick your ass. But I think the way she comes across is probably a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? I think better is the word I'm looking for. I think she'll get more over with the fans than Team Forehead.
What was Kiana's background before wrestling?
Kiana James' background, I don't actually know. I'm not sure. I think wasn't she in A.W? I think she was in A.W for a little bit. I think she wrestled on A.W Dark.
Okay.
Yeah, she was under the name Xtina K.
I can't say I remember.
She wrestled one match in A.W Dark and she lost to the Bunny.
Oh, okay.
She trained to become a wrestler in 2021.
Oh wow.
She was trained by Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears.
Hey.
So again, she's only been wrestling for a very, very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Joined NXT in 2022. So yeah, sky's the limit. She's 20.
Yeah.
She's 27. So she's still got she's
yeah.
a couple of years till her prime. But yeah, I'm excited for Kiana James. I think they called her up for a reason because she wasn't NXT Women's Champion. I think it was a surprising call up at the time, similar to Blair Davenport.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad they made it, and yeah, I'm sure with time they'll find something for her. And please don't let me down, because that would be annoying. Jeff, Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller. I think Grayson Waller is. I mean, the only problem with Grayson Waller is how he's booked, because for me, he's a great wrestler, and I don't think there's many people more confident on the mic in all of wrestling than Grayson Waller. Maybe MJF. But he's kind of got that Australian arrogance. He's very good at pissing people off. And I don't think we've seen enough of him wrestling on the main roster at the moment.
No, he seems to be more in sort of skits and sort of comedy job spots.
Yeah.
Alongside what's his face, Theory.
Yeah. The never-ending face turn Theory.
Yeah.
But no, in NXT again, I mentioned that NXT Deadline, the first one. Grayson Waller actually won his one, and he was amazing. And he's actually got he's got a very broad moveset to him. Remember he wrestled Edge on SmackDown?
Yeah.
And that was a really good match.
Yeah.
And Edge, gave him the rub afterwards. And I thought that was going to be a start of something big for Grayson Waller, because, if Adam Copeland wrestles you and beats you and says, that was decent, there's not much higher praise than that in modern day wrestling.
No.
So
No, definitely not.
Do this face turn with Theory, and then let's have Grayson Waller involved in the US title scene.
Yeah.
Grayson Waller against LA Knight, fine. He might be the one to dethrone LA Knight.
Properly heal it up against Theory when he face turns. That'll really sort of solidify him, I think.
Yeah, and I've seen Austin Theory as a babyface, and I really like it. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to when, in the love of God, that happens. It feels like it should have happened months ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Grayson Waller. And my final one, I've got one more, is Mr. Tavian Heights.
Okay.
So Tavian Heights, maybe I might not know who Tavian Heights is. So he first came on my radar again. He was in the same NXT breakout tournament as Obafemi.
Yeah.
And I think he lost in the second round to whoever Obafemi beat in the final. I can't remember. But in his first match, he had this match and he absolutely beat the shit out of this guy. And he showed similar power to what Obafemi did. And you watch that match and you think, Jesus Christ, who's this guy? And then I remember the name, Tavian Heights. And then he lost in the second round. And then you kind of didn't see him again. Until recently, where he joined the No Quarter Catch crew. These fucking terrible stable names. He joined the NQCC. And he replaced who did he replace? Drew Gulak, wasn't it? Yeah. Because Drew Gulak got let go because he's not a very nice person, apparently. And then they got Tavian Heights in. And I thought, it's Tavian Heights. He's back on TV. And he's now been sent to Noah. And I've been watching some of his matches on social media. And he looks like a real rough diamond.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean by that? Like, he's still quite rough around the edges. But you can definitely see something there. And you can see that they have a lot of hopes for him. And he's just quite an exciting wrestler because he's in that kind of chaotic stage.
Yeah.
And he's hitting jumping on the spot, transitioning into belly to belly suplexes. It just looks really good. And I'm excited for, watching more of him. And I don't watch Noah. I don't watch much Japanese wrestling. But it's caught my eye a few times, and it's nice to see that he's being used in that role. I think Charlie Dempsey has as well.
Yeah.
And we know how great he is. And he's with Charlie Dempsey in the stable. So, yeah, I got some high hopes for Tavian Heights. I hope he can develop a character. He seems quite confident in front of the camera. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Yeah. He can achieve great heights, I think. Some might say Tavian Heights. And that's going to do it, guys. That is our list of wrestlers. I'm sure we've missed a load, so feel free to drop those in the comments, please.
Yeah, give us yours.
Yeah, we'll have a chat in the comments. Maybe invite you around for a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, won't pay for the plane tickets, though. Bit expensive. But yeah, that is our list of who we think might be the next big things in wrestling. Not purely based on wrestling, can be character as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening, guys. A.I. Jeff is back. He has written a song. And this song is about wanting to become a pro wrestler, but unfortunately not being very good at it. So we're going to leave you with a nice song called Captain Butterflies. Bye, guys.
Bye.
In the neon lit alley, I had a vision so grand. Dreamed I was a wrestler, but my moves were bland. I wore a spandex onesie, 3 sizes too tight. over my own shoelaces. Oh, what a sight. I flexed my biceps, they wobbled like jelly. Crowd chanted, is he wrestling or doing Pilates? My finishing move, the awkward hug slam. Opponents escape by yawning and saying lamb. I'm the flimsy contender, the human pretzel twist. My entrance theme, duck quacks in the mist. I'll body slam you with a feather, then I'll pollen to syllogize. My wrestling name, Captain Butterflies. My signature move, the confused chicken dance. Opponents stared, wondering if I'd lost my pants. I'd leap from the ropes, gravity disagreed. Ended up in the popcorn stand, spilling their seed. My rival, muscling, flexing, tent steer, he said, your wrestling career, it's officially weird. I countered with a cartwheel, then a somersault. He tapped out, muttering, this isn't pro wrestling, it's a cult. I'm the flimsy contender, the human pretzel twist. My entrance theme, duck quacks in the mist. I'll body slam you with a feather, then I'll pollen to syllogize. My wrestling name, Captain Butterflies. My rival must folder. I'm the flimsy contender. I challenged the champion, Steel Abs McGee. He flexed his six-pack, said, prepare to flee. I pulled out a rubber chicken, swung it with glee. He ducked and it hit the referee. Oops, that's me. So here I am, in the ring of absurdity. A terrible wrestler, hey, it's my identity. I'll keep dreaming.